Hi everybody, welcome back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare's Warzone, and what we've got here are two solo second places. Quite high kill ones actually. One's a, I think, 8 kill and one's a 7 kill. But what I want to do is just kind of go through these final minutes of the circle, just so we can kind of look at kind of what went right, and specifically we can look at what went wrong. You may have seen one of my previous videos where we're trying to get across the idea of often when you're watching gameplay videos you end up with survivor bias, in the fact that you always see people doing well and winning. Unfortunately though, if you always watch people who win, you don't always see the mistakes that happen when you lose. And it can be very useful to look at mistakes. So let's have a look at the situation here. So I'm kind of on the edge of the circle now. I'm playing a little bit nervously because I haven't actually got my custom loadout, so I haven't got Ghost on, so people can see me on UAVs, people can see me on heartbeat sensors. I've got the Bison is my main weapon. I'm fairly well kitted up in terms of armour. I've got a drone, which I don't use. I've got a cluster strike, which I'll use in a minute. I'm not feeling that confident at this point because I'm thinking, oh, everybody knows where I am. But I'm playing the very edge of the circle. I'm just tickling the edge of the circle, listening out, for where people will be. Heartbeat sensor. People are all around me. And what really surprised me in this gameplay actually was how powerful the Bison was. I don't know if it's had a buff or something like that, but it was ripping people apart. So the circle's coming in again, because I've managed to kill so many people, I've got enough armour. I decide to call in the cluster strike now. Probably a little bit early, to be honest. I maybe could have saved it, but cluster strikes, they come in really slow and people have enough time to move around, don't they, and get out of the way. So again, I'm just hanging on the edge of the circle, listening out, killing all these guys who keep running into me. So we're getting into the final bits now. The circle's coming in. Remembering to armour up, seeing if the guy's got anything that I could take. I go over to the buy station in a sec and I get a UAV and I pop a UAV so that anybody who hasn't got Ghost on, I can see where they are. So everything is, it's all going pretty good, So I pop the UAV. There we go. I can kind of see that there's someone to my right behind this wall. The circle is in its stage now where it's actually moving from place to place. So I know that if I would have seen somebody near that wall on my side, so I move down to the wall and I know there's someone to my right. In fact, there he is. So I kill another person. At this point I should have re-armoured, but I think I forget to re-armour, so that's a bit of a mistake. Oh no, there we go, we get the re-armour in. Now I know there's someone off to my right because I saw their little spot on the UAV earlier. I'm using my gas mask here. Right, so I hear the glass break to my right, so I know there's someone there, and I kill them. So now it's 1 versus 1. There's only 2 people left. Now this is where I make the mistake. So look where the circle's going in the top left-hand corner, and what I do. So the circle's going up to my top left, and I decide to go to the left when I probably should have gone to the right. Now the guy jumps out in those buildings over there. He gets the slight jump on me. My aim is a bit crap, and I die. So what we're going to do is we're now going to look at this in slow motion and kind of discuss what I should have done. So at this point, when I'm at the van, if you see to my left, there's no cover. The way that I decide to go, there is no cover at all. I should not have gone that way. I should have gone to the right and hugged that wall where that high rise is. If I'd run over to the right and hugged that wall, I could have hugged it round to the right and I would have heard the guy jumping out of the glass or coming around the back of the building, and I would have probably had an advantage because I would have had the Bison and we would have been in close quarters combat. By running out into the open, this was the mistake. See, if I'd been over on the right, you know, hugging that all the buildings over on the right. This guy wouldn't have had the jump on me, and he wouldn't have had the advantage, but I became obsessed with getting to the new circle, and that cost me this Warzone victory, which would have been a really good one, because I would have had about 8 kills. As you can see, I managed to shoot into the ground there, but you know, I'm not at optimum range for the Bison. So there we go. So remember, when you're in those final circles, try and not get obsessed with where you've got to be. Think about how you're going to get there safely. Right, let's move on to the next one. So we're up in the northern part of the Warzone map in Verdansk. We're north of the military base. You've probably been here many times. As you can see, the circle's to my left at the moment. I killed somebody earlier, so I'm just picking up the gas mask. Now, the gas mask is critical to this failure. So I see that guy there. Managed to get a kill on him. And then I get my... Now, I do have my loadout here, so I do have Ghost, I've got my MP7, I've got my rocket launcher. So, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I picked up the gas mask, and I know that there's someone probably round to my left. In fact, I saw them on the mini-map, I think, just a second ago. So I'm just listening out, serious. Right, so I can hear them behind me, and I can hear them to my left. So I'm just listening out. Where are they? Just taking my time. The MP7 is fantastic at this range up close. It just rips people apart. The only thing that would beat it would be an MP5 or a shotgun, or maybe the Bison. But if they've got an assault rifle, forget it. So the circle's coming in now. But I'm just waiting for the other guy. In fact, it's not coming in yet. I'm just getting it. I'm just waiting for the other guy to move. Now he's got Ghost on, so I can't see him on the heartbeat sensor. So it's all going pretty good. It's all going to plan. But look where the circle is. It's up where that building is up there. Which means I've got quite a long way to go. And it means I'm going to end up going through the gas, which is the critical thing. So I'm waiting. Seeing for this guy to come out. There he goes. Shows you the power of the MP7 even at range here. Look at that. So now I want you to keep an eye on my gas mask. In the bottom left hand corner. See, it's only got 3 bars left at the moment. I'm forced into the gas. I'm back out of the gas now. My gas mask has only got 1 bar on. Now the mistake I make in this, which I think would have been a 7-kill victory if I killed the last guy, was that I lose track of the state of my gas mask. As I know there's a guy in the building to my right, so I don't want to go too early because he's just gonna shoot me. But the critical thing is my gas mask. I lose the vision. I lose the ability to know where my gas mask is at. I just think, yeah, I'm okay. I've got my gas masks. Because what happens is I end up dying to the gas. I don't actually get killed by the final guy. I get killed by the gas. So I'm waiting. At this point, you see that the circle's going to move. The circle's going to move to the position I was in before. I should have gone probably a little bit early. My gas mask is gone now, so I'm just going to be taking damage. In fact, I wait in the gas to kill this guy, which was a sensible thing, but look at my gas mask. Look at the damage I'm taking. Now, at this point, I could have been okay if I'd run forward, but I let the gas catch me. And I die to the gas. So again, let's watch that in slow motion. So again, look at my gas mask in the bottom left-hand corner. There's 1 bar on it. If I'd realised that at this point, what I probably should have done was used a Molotov on the guy coming out of the building, just thrown it that way, and tried to kill him first, and then got ahead of the gas. My only chance at this point was to get ahead of the gas, and I could have run down to that building on the right. Okay, the final guy might not have killed me because I don't know where his position was, but I think he's probably over in those trees. But now, see, I've gone into the gas. I've got no gas mask, and I am taking loads and loads of damage. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner, look at my shields disappearing. Look at my health disappearing. Still, at this point, I would have been okay because I'm not dead yet. I jumped down off the rocks and I'm out of the gas. If I just run at this point, I could have been shielding up, or I could have thrown my Molotov over, but I let the gas catch me. Instead of going for it and having the situational awareness to carry on, and I died to the gas. So there we go, a lack of situational awareness. So in the first match, I got obsessed by getting safe when I should have followed the cover, and in that one I lost track of the fact that I didn't have any of my gas mask back. Well, hopefully by watching those, that will help you avoid defeat in your next Warzone game, and you'll get a victory. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.